Hi everyone, welcome to this session of the Tiger Academy, US Stock Financial Statements for Beginners. In the previous lesson, we talked about 3 advantages of US stock market and the importance of financial statements. The short selling mechanism is mature, penalties for financial fraud is high, and emotional trading is less. These 3 features combined offer a better trading experience and help to make sure the listed companies play by the rules. From this lesson, we begin to study the 3 financial statements, including income statements, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. According to Warren Buffett, the financial statements of listed companies are a scorecard, which well reflect the performance of listed companies. However, I think that financial statements are more than scorecards. They're physical examination forms that indicate a company's health condition, with data such as cash, profit, liability, and etc. We can quickly grasp whether a company's financial condition is healthy or not. Next, let's take a look at what these 3 physical examination forms are. The first form, income statement. The income statement, also known as the profit and loss statement, shows the financial muscle of a company. A healthy company needs to generate profits. From the income statement, we can quickly tell whether a company is making or losing money from its profitability, ROE, development, and etc. Similarly, we can also distinguish sick companies from good ones. Therefore, the income statement is essential to assess whether a company is strong or weak. The second form, balance sheet. The balance sheet shows the skeleton of a company. A person needs strong rather than big bones to stay healthy. Strong balance sheet, like healthy bones, can support sustainable development of a company. Therefore, the balance sheet can present us the bones under the skin. By looking at the balance sheet, we can get the information about a company's assets, debts to suppliers and banks, and equity capital used in operation. What's more, we can estimate a company's debt capacity by looking at cash assets, account payable, long-term debts, and etc. Therefore, to judge whether a company has healthy bones or suffers from osteoporosis, just look at the balance sheet. The third form, cash flow statement. Think of cash flow like the blood circulatory system. The cash flow in a company, like the blood in a human body, circulates all the time. Therefore, the cash flow is essential for a company's operation. From the cash flow statement, we can quickly tell the source and use of a company's funds. Therefore, the cash flow statement is the key to judge whether a company has insufficient blood supply, broken capital chain or not. However, if we want to fully judge a company's financial condition and market competitiveness, we need to analyze the 3 statements comprehensively. When you go to the hospital for a physical examination, the doctor always tells you when and where to get a physical examination report afterwards. As investors, we also need to know when the financial reports will be released and where to find them. Financial statements are generally divided into quarterly reports and annual reports. Quarterly reports are issued every financial quarter, and annual reports are issued every financial year. However, the financial year of each company is not necessarily from January to December. Therefore, it is important to follow the disclosure time of the annual report according to each company's own financial year. Here is a term for you. Financial year is a period of time used for calculating annual financial statements in business and other organizations all over the world. The SEC allows companies to divide the financial year and financial quarters according to their own situation. Now that we know when the annual report will be released, but where do we find them? 1. SEC website. 2. Tiger Trade app. Once the financial reports of a company listed on the US exchanges are disclosed, those reports will be published on the website of the US Securities and Exchange Commission. Log in to the web address in the video. Enter the stock ticket in the search section highlighted in red, and you will find the corresponding financial report. In addition to the SEC's website, there is a simpler way. Log into the Tiger Trade on your mobile phone or PC. Into the stock ticker. Click News. Click Fillings. Choose Financial Report. In this way, you can easily locate any financial reports in Tiger Trade. Some of you may be overwhelmed by the amount of information. Don't worry, I'll give you another tip. SEC has clear requirements on the due date of annual and quarterly reports of listed companies. The requirements for domestic listed companies and non-domestic listed companies are quite different. 1. For domestic listed companies in the United States, Form 10-K means the annual report. and Form 10Q means the quarterly report. In other words, domestic U.S. companies have the following provisions on the disclosure time of listed companies according to different number of free float shares. 2. For non-domestic companies. For non-domestic companies, there is no requirement to disclose quarterly reports. If listed companies voluntarily disclose quarterly reports, most of them will use Form 6K to do so. However, there are no unified standards regarding format, level of detail, and unit. Non-domestic companies are, however, required to issue annual reports using Form 20F. The disclosure time shall be at the latest 4 months following the end of the financial year in accordance with the provisions of SEC. In other words, for non-US, non-Canadian companies, generally 6K represents quarterly reports and 20F represents annual reports. Quarterly reports are not mandatory. That's all for today. Hope you find this lesson useful. Let's summarize. To do a checkup for a listed company, we need to look at 3 forms: income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. They represent the muscle, bone, and blood of a company respectively. We also learned that financial statements are generally divided into quarterly reports and annual reports. And there are 2 ways for you to find financial reports: the SEC's website and the Tiger Trade app. In the following lessons, we'll continue to study the 3 financial statements in detail. See you next time!